I am hearing something from friends of mine, from colleagues, from people who work in transportation. I'm hearing a rumor, and the rumor is this is inevitable. We can't stop it. It's going to be 12 lanes. It's too late. I think I know who started this rumor. I think that this rumor was started by people who want this bridge to be 12 lanes wide. And I reject this rumor. It is not too late.
Too many community leaders that are sitting back quietly and are hoping this thing just happens and they won't have to take a position on it. Well, I'm here to tell you we need to make community leaders take a position on this bridge, and the only people that can make them take a position on it are you. They need to hear from you, okay? They need to hear from you, and we need to tell them loud and clear, if you don't stand up and stop this boondoggle, we will replace you. That's what we need to tell them, ladies and gentlemen. This is a $4.2 billion boondoggle of your money, your taxpayers' money. And I have a particular interest because I represent the folks in Clark County.
We do have leadership in the city of Portland, and the leadership has decided that 12 lanes is the way to go. But when the leadership in the city of Portland decided that the Mountain Hood Freeway was the way to go, did the Portland citizens say, okay? No! The Portland citizens said, no way!
We face two big crises in our country right now. We have a long-term crisis called global warming that we need to do something about, and we face a short-term crisis, a financial crisis. And the Columbia River crossing is ground zero for both of those crises. We cannot fight global warming in a meaningful way if we insist on the only solution and the biggest solution to our transportation problems is building a 12-lane freeway that we simply don't need and that will make sprawl even worse over the next 20 years.
Now, you've probably been told that those existing I-5 bridges in Columbia are old and falling down. Well, you know, there's a dangerous thing you can do. You can actually look at government reports on the bridge safety, which I did this morning. And right where I'm standing, I can see a bridge that has been rated structurally deficient by the Oregon Department of Transportation. It's called the Markham Bridge. And guess what bridges are not on that list? The bridges over the Columbia River are not on that list. They are not structurally deficient. So the first question is, should we throw away $1 billion worth of prior investment and create all the greenhouse gases and dig up the channel where the salmon swim to tear down bridges that are getting old? But one of those bridges, by the way, is younger than I am, and I don't feel like I'm ready to be replaced.
When we're talking about the bridge, when policy leaders are talking about this bridge, they're talking about congestion, and they need to alleviate congestion. As though that congestion exists in a vacuum, as though it appeared out of thin air. That congestion is a result of poor land use policies in Clark County. Until we sprawl on the other side of the river, it doesn't matter how big the bridge is, there will still be congestion.
You understand that if we get enough elected officials and one governor, and we're going to elect a governor real shortly in this state, we can kill this thing. So don't think that your letters, your emails, your phone calls won't matter. We need, I think it's 31 and 15 to kill this thing dead. And we've got some of them right here today. So don't tell me this thing is leaving the station. I give you Mount Hood Freeway then. So I want everybody to look back behind you. We have the east lane of the 12 lanes way back there. You guys are all sitting on the freeway right now, all the way back and all the way over to right there. So it's a great visual to take a look. That is the space we are talking about, that we just cannot, the insanity of spending that kind of money to put up this monument to Robert Moses, to an Eisenhower era, to a building like it's 1959 when peak oil and transportation habits are changing. It is the mother of all bad decisions.
This is by far a done deal. I met with somebody on Thursday. He's an elected official. He has voted time and time and time again for the CRC project. And he told me last Thursday that there are 100 ways that this project can fail. And you guys are going to be a part of that, and I am proud of all of us.
Raise your hand if you did see milk. This is Portland. Some people saw it. Won an Academy Award. So the idea of Harvey Milk was that if we could change one street, if we could change Castro Street, we could spark a movement that would change habits across the country. Now, to some degree, this town and this region has made a similar argument. That if we can start something here, if we can change our habits of how we spend money here, we can spark a movement that can sweep the country and beyond. That's what we did when we built this waterfront, and that's the argument we're talking about right now with regard to Poyourow Crossing. But it will only happen if, in fact, you are recruited. It will only happen, in fact, if you go beyond signing some petition and get involved in this process in some deep way, because otherwise this train will not only leave the station, it will arrive at its destination. I am not Harvey Milk, but I am here to recruit you. And we can build a movement if we can just start on Castro Street. Thanks very much.
Now, let me leave you with one last thing. There's a bill in the House Rules Committee in the state of Washington right now, Senate Bill 5540. It's passed the Senate. I tried to kill it. It's sitting there. The only one left that can kill it is Speaker Frank Chopp. And it will allow the government in Clark County to gerrymander the voting district so they can control who votes and who doesn't. So they can cut out most of the folks in Clark County from the vote, and then that way they can gerrymander the vote to get a positive vote to make this project happen. Please call Frank Chopp at 786-7920 and tell him Monday morning, stop the gerrymandering bill. Please stop Senate Bill 5540. With your help, we can make this happen. Thank you very much.
See, that just kind of kills the editorializing that this is all about Portlanders opposing a bridge. Thank you, Senator Ben from Washington, from Clark County, for coming out and having a say. What I really want to emphasize is that we have a lot of alternatives out here, but we have united in opposition to this.